Hello, I'm Kari Samuels, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach with your November forecast. And yes, it is November already. I cannot believe it. Geez, where did this year go? So this is going to be such an enlightening month full of insight and intuition and emotion. There's so much here for you right now, and really incredible as we move out of the year 2017. We're culminating this year, which was a one universal year of ambition, and we're headed towards next year 2018, which will be a two universal year of emotion. So we're in that realm of emotion now. And you can feel it. There's a certain type of depth and intensity that you might be experiencing. So we are in the sun sign of Scorpio, which always brings a depth and intensity of emotion. Scorpio is all about diving deep, going deep beneath the surface. You know, the element of Scorpio is fixed water. So if you know, still waters run deep. There's so much going on under there. Just like in your life, there's a lot going on beneath the surface that you are discovering. So one of the co-rulers of Scorpio is Pluto. If you know the mythology of Pluto, the god of the underworld. Pluto is known as the lord of the underworld. And wherever Pluto goes, you're going in. There's stuff going on beneath the surface that you are going to discover. It's a truth bringer. And what goes on beneath there? What have you been burying beneath the surface? What is in your shadow? This is what Pluto brings up. This is what Scorpio brings up. So the shadow has anything in it that's not in the light of your consciousness yet. So Pluto brings truth. So what truths have you buried beneath your consciousness? There's a lot of truths that we aren't ready to face because as people, we don't always love change. So sometimes we just hold on to the truth. We tuck it away a little bit until we're ready to unravel it, until we're ready to process it. And those are the kinds of things that you bury in your unconscious and beneath the surface that Scorpio and Pluto reveal for you. Also underneath there, there's so much buried treasure. You have gifts that are underneath, that are buried, that you haven't been aware of yet. Because we all reveal our gifts and talents and abilities when we feel safe. So this is also associated with psychic and spiritual gifts. So as you develop the spiritual maturity and emotional security to reveal the truth of who you are, that's when things can come out. And that's what this energy is all about. Unearthing the truth of who you are. What gifts and talents are buried underneath there that are coming out right now. It takes courage to do that, and that's what this energy is cultivating for us right now. It's really exciting. And also the things that you bury underneath there are emotions that haven't been processed, because we can only process emotions when we're ready to. So if you've experienced anything in your past or even your past lives that you didn't have the spiritual resources to process at that time, those get buried in your unconscious as well and in your shadow. And as you have the strength to uncover those things and to process them, that's when they come out for you. So if you are experiencing any kind of emotional intensity or things coming up for you, that's a gift. That's because you're ready, and there's so many other gifts that are going to come along with that. So this is a time of celebration and transformation. So we begin this month with amplified emotion because we have a full moon right at the top of the month. It is a supermoon, and supermoons are like amplified full moons, which already bring your emotions and your intuition to light. So it's going to be on the 3rd for some people on the West Coast, and for most of people in the world, that full moon is on November 4th. Now, this full moon is in Taurus, which teaches you about values. How do you value yourself? Are the relationships in your life reflecting a sense of self-worth or low self-esteem? So you really want to amplify your sense of self-worth, so you're attracting and magnetizing people who respect you. So that means you have to value yourself, and these are some of the things that are going to be revealed for you. How do you value yourself? How do you value your time? How do you experience life on this planet? Now, Taurus is all about luxuriating as well and enjoying life's sensual pleasures. So make sure you're doing plenty of that. We're going to be learning all kinds of things about enjoying ourselves this month as well, because we are in a 3 universal month, and 3 is the number of joy. 3 is very social. It's a joyful, happy vibration, but it can also bring up self-doubt as well because it's creative. It's also very sensitive, so you might be feeling, again, a little bit extra sensitive, but you also have extrasensory perception that goes with that. These are the gifts and challenges that you're navigating here. So what the 3 energy teaches you is to take your emotions and your feelings and find ways to express them very directly. You cannot keep them inside of you. A lot of times as sensitives, what we tend to do is hint at what we want. Emotionally, we send these cues to people like that could sometimes be a little passive aggressive. Not the time for that right now. You have to be very direct about how you are feeling and how you want to express yourself. These are the things that 3 teaches you. Now, this emotional intensity in these lessons will carry on all year because Jupiter is in Scorpio for a whole year. So get used to this. We're headed into these emotional and psychic and spiritual realms, and so many goodies are waiting for us there. So I have 3 steps for you to navigate these deep spiritual and emotional waters. The first thing, so essential, is to speak your truth. When I say truth, that means you need to be honest with yourself. How do you really feel, and how can you say that to other people? How can you express what's in your heart directly? This is not a time to protect other people. A lot of times we don't want to say what's in our hearts because we're afraid about how it's going to land on other people, how it's going to affect them. You have to remember that when you are direct and honest, it helps other people as well. When you say what's your truth, it helps other people be in their truth as well. So don't protect other people from your emotions and what you really want. Express it. This is also a creative time as well. So really express your creativity. Express whatever is in your heart clearly and directly. It is not a time to keep anything inside of you. And remember that when you're not addressing things directly, the universe will do it for you. So do this actively, okay? So that brings me to number 2, which is don't be spiritual, be human. Yes, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So you're not a light body without a body, right? On this earth, you are a human being, which means that you have all the feelings and emotions that humans have. You are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And in case you didn't notice, this is not a perfect planet. There's so much going on here. So it's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to be mad, jealous, angry, sad, outraged, disgusted, whatever it is you're feeling, it's okay. Allow yourself to feel these very human emotions. Allow people to see in you these very human emotions. Stop trying to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, because as you do, that allows people in more. Any kind of perfect spiritual facade, it's not going to help you, because Scorpio is teaching us all to be more intimate with ourselves and each other. And the other thing is, what we tend to do as spiritual people is, because we know nobody's a victim and we're all responsible and we're co-creating our reality, that there's some kind of pressure of always being perfect about everything we think and every way we process everything. And you know what happens? Sometimes that emotion, those emotions and all those thoughts, they're going right into your shadow again because you're trying to be all spiritual about it. You know what? If you're taking a few minutes to get mad and rant and be a victim and blame someone and be angry, not necessarily to them in their face, but in your own energy, just get it out of your system. Express those human parts of yourself. Allow yourself to be mad at someone or something and like curse the world if you need to. Allow yourself that experience. Because you have to feel to heal. And as you allow yourself to move through that and experience that, then you can go to step number 3, which is forgiveness. So forgiveness, and the first person to forgive is yourself. As you're going through this time and you're looking at all the things that maybe you've experienced and you're feeling things and you're having revelations about things, yourself, your life, and other people and circumstances, you may be like, what was I thinking? Why did I let myself do that? Why did I do that? What is wrong with me? You have to remember, again, you're a human being. Now you have perspective because you went through all the lessons to get here. You have to know that you did everything you could based on the resources you had at that time. And you're still doing everything you can based on the resources that you have at this time. So look at your past self with love and compassion. And whatever it is you did or didn't do, say to yourself, I love you, I forgive you. I bless my past with love. And recognize that you're only doing as much as you can at every single moment. And you can recognize that in other people as well. Now, this doesn't mean, again, that you forgive their actions. If people aren't treating you well, if a situation isn't right for you, it's time to let it go. And you can let it go with love and forgiveness. No need to hold resentment in your heart. You can stay peaceful in the present moment and move forward knowing that you're getting better and better every day. And I want to remind you that as you experience the depth of your emotions, whatever they may be, you are opening yourself up to so much love and so much joy and so much intuitive insight. It's going to be heavenly. And I love you so much. I'm wishing you the best and most blessed month. Lots of love. Bye for now.